Oh, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. We are watching 6 games with 12 players. We have Farhad versus Mickey from Russia. We're just noting that Farhad has lost the exchange and a couple of pawns. These 2 pawns on the outside. For a bishop, he should have at least parked it on this square, because now things are going to get a little tricky. White does have to display a certain amount of technique with 2 minutes left on his clock versus 4 minutes. This is the wrong way to go. I don't necessarily know that there's a right way to go when you're down this much material, though. I felt that he should retreat all the way to a6 and regroup toward g2 via b7. This is just very primitive attack. It's not even an attack. He needed to put his bishop on g7. Good morning. Van der Fen Ahadres. Good morning. Where in the world is Van der Fen Ahadres? We have another player that's joined the event, hopefully. That will bring us to, or keep us at, a certain number of games. You only get 1.5 point buy. We have the Rotterdam market. The Rotterdam market arch as our background, as I am actually considering going to Rotterdam if possible.
Said what's up?
Not likely, but hopefully. Good to have you here, Van der Ven. Andres. Fawn of France. Andres.
Van de Franjedres. Said okay.
We are in the rapid and classical as usual. If you are on Lichess, you may join the team at any one of these 3 addresses, but only notifications within those teams for those particular days will be available. I've not yet set up the bullet event for immediately after. Our Monday through Friday arenas just yet. Usually I have lessons immediately after this particular stream. But every single day, wow, Robert FP. Let's check out this game with Robert FP for just a moment. So Robert is playing black. This is the long variation against the Caro-Kann. The idea is usually to play knight e5, i.e. knight e5 right now. That is the main idea behind the early knight f3 if bishop g4 is played especially. So now white has a little bit of a trick involved with this isolated pawn, which could have been attacked more directly immediately with queen to b6 tagging the bishop, leaving this no choice. As it turns out, I might have even gone farther with this pawn to try to break up this pawn structure and create holes. And then, of course, you have to travel into the hole. But it could be done. And again, I would probably move forward. Or at least sideways to try to tag this pawn. Uh-oh. We really don't want a rook guarding a pawn. This also was a little bit of a double attack, so it doesn't really matter what you're going to get here. There is no future for the rook necessarily on e8. If the e-pawn's not moving. But maybe it is moving now. I expected white to try to reinforce that for more weaknesses involving g6 with moves like... Now we're losing the exchange with check. The pawns are moving forward. I don't see any occasion upon which we could offer a draw. Alright, back to John Wayne's birthday. 2 games still going. Ariel Zamora versus Stefano. And Ilyas Dev, ladies and gentlemen. Ilyas Dev, aka Ilyas is back. And he is streaming, but I'm not, interestingly enough. I'm not sure why it doesn't list me as streaming. It lists me as streaming here, but it's not my game, so maybe that's why. I'm down 1 game in a 4-game match to Senor Yaps. Good to take note of those every now and then. Somehow I'm up 4-1 against Ilyas, but I don't believe it. Here. He is a far, far better player than that. Check. Has to block with the knight. No! No! 91 is pretty much... knight takes could be very fatal. I don't know about this, but he's after the passed pawn. This pawn is much more of a weakness, though. So had we been on this file, we might have been able to cross and cover differently. But now, Senor Yaps might get the better of us. Save the check for later. No, I would save the check for later. Oh no, we're losing the knight with check now. Ilyas. No. Love Ilyas's layout. checking out Ilias. Ilias looks good. He has a really, really cool layout. And now the wall is created where black cannot get in, and the pawns will start to be pushed back. Too bad I can't go for a magnification greater than 110 but less than 125%. But maybe I can. Maybe I just don't know how to do it. Alright, now what moves are we looking for here? As white, we need g4, d3, and knight c3. Let's see if we can catch up on the knight c3s. I'm fairly certain that we got at least 2 knight c3s. Interesting. Interesting. We can barnacle just enough. But what does it all mean? Bishop takes f7 and castles? Or do I castle right away? So if I castle right away, he has the f8 square for his queen, unfortunately. If I castle right away, he also has stuff like that. So I guess we're riding it out, whether we like it or not. We're this close to being mated. This close to being mated. Yeah. Very little choice in the matter, unfortunately. And he has that, right? Do I want to make a passive move, or do I want to make an aggressive move? I guess I don't have much of a choice, do I? would prefer a more aggressive move. So we're down a couple of pawns. Maybe only one. We have possible activity, activity, activity. Well, that was interesting. That was very interesting.
Said I'm always late for those.
Razvan is very cool. And now for something completely different. So, should we return the pawn? So let's see here. He took a pawn. We now have 5 pawns to 7 pawns. Wow, now we have better pawn structure? What in the world is going on here, folks? How did that happen? And now for something completely different. Wow. You're really going to do that, huh? Go ahead, make my day. Rook takes d4. Knight to c5. He fell for it. These pawns walk themselves in. So if it played knight takes e5, would it have changed anything? Probably not. Bishop to b2 in any case.
Fanda Franjedres said good game.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, his king was just poorly placed on g7. It had to be a dark square the same as mine. Alright, I'm ready to bite the bullet and get one of those Secret Labs chairs, even though they seem to be wholly overrated. I've gone through a number of cheaper chairs in the past, which across the 4 years might have amounted to a total of a Secret Labs chair. But maybe not. I have to go back and check. 139, 149, 3 chairs, maybe 4 chairs across the years. Ladies and gentlemen, Ilias is back is streaming. I'm so happy to have him. I don't think I can have him during the week. I start way, way, way too early. June 12th for CuriosityCon. Where in the world is CuriosityCon? Irvin the Magic Johnson is the speaker at CuriosityCon. It's at noon New York time. Transform your business through the power of curiosity. CuriosityCon. It is an online virtual event. It runs through June
8
12th.
raiders from
So now we're
Ilias
trapped in
is
vicious
back.
mind battling his own
Have
private
joined.
army, and if we get killed, we'll be lost in limbo. till our brains start
Namaste. Thank you for the raid. Ilias is back. I was just checking out your stream. Very cool layout, sir.
Fanda Franjedres. Said I'm noob in chess.
Namaste.
TFS.
Very cool.
Said welcome raiders to my favorite streamer.
I'm even more chill. I don't know if I talk less than Ilias, but I certainly
Ilias
talk
is back.
less than a lot of streamers.
Said thank you Master Chess Dojo.
No, thank you, Ilias. Where are you from, by the way? Are you here in the United States? I feel like you're in Europe. Just got that feeling based
Ilias
on your
is back.
style.
Said I define Tilly talk a lot less.
That's hard to believe. Hard to believe that you talk less than me. Alright, in theory, I'm at 3 knight c3s. I need
Ilias is
3
back.
more d3s.
Said I'm from Tunisia living in France.
Oh, lovely. Tunisia is on my list of one of those great historical countries in the history of things. We're going to give this one another go, even though I didn't get much out of it earlier.
Ilias is back. Said yeah Carthage.
Exactly, baby. Carthage. It came up recently. I'm trying to recall whether it was in an episode of The Good Doctor or if it's that my in-laws, my mother-in-law, I'm sorry, my in-laws, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are touring all of those, including Turkey.
Ilias is back. Said there are many places with Roman ruins, a mix of Roman and Islamic ancient places everywhere.
Indeed. Now, in order to get his pawn back, he's going to have to give up the bishop pair. And he's going to have to do it a wee bit on my terms. Interesting. Can we get the bishop pair out of the deal as well? I don't know if this is worth it, anybody. We are going to keep our 2 center pawns, though. That much is true. We're headed for the standard locations, locales. Alright, moment of truth. Let's just see what we can get. Before our opponent unleashes on us. I'm willing to return the pawn. I am willing to return the pawn.
TFS.
Well, that's interesting.
Said MCD, the viewer location is working. Did you do something, or was it my Linux update from yesterday?
Your Linux update affecting the viewer location on the Twitch channel screen? I don't know. It could be that it's on your Twitch channel screen, that much is true. So how do we wish to get him from here? Chess. And now for something completely different. He's still attacking me. Let's see if we can get him to invest. Can we get him to invest? No, huh? We can't get him to invest. So all of our squares are very weak. How do I get to the A4 square? That is my question. Or do I need to get to the A4 square? Just trying to improve our pieces. Achieve maximum, absolute maximum. Well, isn't that special? Can you imagine that he's trying to do that to me? I agree that you've got that. But are you still trapped? That is the question. Are you still trapped? I'm gonna work this theme. Just to work in it. And now for something completely different. E5, E6. Where are you going now? I mean, it looks like he's very close to being shish kebabbed. On those dark squares, right? Doesn't it look like he's very close to being shish kebabbed on those dark squares? Queen a6, knight takes e7, rook takes e7, queen takes e7, queen a3 check, king d2. Queen b2 check, king e1, queen c3 check, king c1. Doesn't look so good. Does not look so hot. That's a bummer. Fine, we'll prepare it. We could probably have just prepared it with wait a minute. I don't know whether or not I'm taking the free queen or if I'm delivering check. But I guess I'm taking the free queen. That was my plan all along, whether or not I play e6 or e5. His knight didn't really have a future. Very lucky. Just making that Dutch work, right? As black versus d4, we needed 3 g6s. Oh no, we were at... It hasn't caught up yet. But I think we have 2 more g6s against d4 as of this morning. Not sure why this is not caught up. c6, we have 83. c6s. I think we had 81 g6s against d4. I wrote down the wrong one for d4. And we have the same number for e6 against d4. Silly me. And only 72 d5s, right? Is that correct? Am I looking at the right number? Oh, silly me. As black. 72 d5s. I was going to say I've played more than 72 d5s, but I guess not. So we might be okay on the g6 front. We might be at 95. We were at 98 e6s, the last I saw. And we have a very odd number of c5s. I haven't played c5 in a while. 146 on the c5 scale. And I've evened out my number of knight f6s. Not telling me how many I have left. That was unfortunate that our opponent offered a faulty Botez gambit. So bishop opposite colors, this should be a win for SS22. At 2201. It's too bad he can't gain 1 rating point here. I guess maybe he's trying to gain 21 rating points. Then he can retire SS22 at 22-22. So the 3 connected pawns should be a very serious advantage in that one. Wait a minute, we're looking at this from the wrong side. White is not on the bottom. Is it always with the higher rated player on the bottom? This is a lot easier to watch. Do not make this mistake. Checkers, and then G4. Then checkers again. Oh, he's going in this direction, yes. But now... this is still a win. The passed pawns are 2 or more files apart. Do not move in front of the pawn, whatever you do. Just stay out of the way. King to F5 is probably the best move. Metab Nahal, thank you for following. Thank you for joining the dojo. I am FIDE trainer and National Master John MacArthur. I accidentally began teaching in 1984. Bishop D7 is needed.
Mehtab Nehal said, wait, what's an NM?
National Master. These are titles that are
Mehtab
common.
Nehal. Thanks for following.
I don't know if I like that one, but it should work. Because now King F3 and we lose. It is the correct colored bishop for the rook's pawn. So the bishop can force him out at any time. Where are you from, Matop? The usual suspect is India, of course.
Mehtab Nehal said, how to get NM? I have FIDE standard chess rating 1761.
Well, NM is probably equivalent to 2200 FIDE.
Mehtab Nehal said, I am from Bangladesh.
And it's a national rating, so I don't necessarily know. I would actually have to Google the number of countries that offer an NM title. And you can't cover both of these pawns, unfortunately.
Mehtab Nehal said, nice, you have a big cursor like me XD.
I usually work on a laptop screen, so for whatever reason, this Google Chrome extension is keeping it up. I believe that is the hand that I'm using. Could also be a Microsoft thing. First to check up. Then we need to cut him off with bishop to c6 and zug him. I'll create the pathway.
Mehtab Nehal Said how can I get coaching for 2000 rating? Is there any class batches you take?
Absolutely. I would easily recommend one for you. Farhad 1903. I think I would have to do a currency conversion for you. What is the currency of Bangladesh? Is it the same as India, the rupees? White is officially zooked in this position. Whether he likes it or not, this may be the last game that we're waiting for.
Mehtab Nehal. Said $1 117 Bangladeshi currency.
Ah, it's Bangladeshi. I do have a lot of time coming up this summer. I also like the fact that Deshi is a person in the dojo. Believe it or not, a student of the dojo is a Deshi. H2 check. And bishop G2 mate. Oh no, what are you doing? Put it back. You had mate set up. White doesn't need to resign there. Not yet.
Mehtab Nehal. Said do you teach all openings or some certain repertoires?
I actually don't teach any necessary repertoires at all until I know what style of player you are, what type of games you like to play. But I do like you to experience all of the openings before you can choose. It's like your elementary school education. You have to take all of the subjects before you can specialize in math. You have to take all of the subjects before you can choose that you're an artist in a certain division. So even when you study art, you can't be forced into clay or canvas or oils or music. You can't be forced onto an instrument either. You actually have to familiarize yourself with all of them. So I think we had a C6 earlier. I'm not entirely positive that we had a C6 earlier, but I'll get a C6 in now. I believe we only need 2 C6s. Primarily because our opponent allows this. We will see. Can I? I don't know if I can play this move. I don't think I can. I did mess up. I sacrificed a piece for no reason. Am I going to lose 2 games in a row to Ariel Zamora? I am going to lose 2 games in a row. You know what? I'm going to hang that one up.
Said I like your calmness. You should be really good as a coach.
I am extremely calm. I do get perturbed at certain things, and I do have to get forceful about certain things depending on whether or not you are taking certain things seriously or not, or if certain things get repeated. Let's just say certain types of mistakes, like maybe you weren't listening the first time because I'm too calm when I deliver the message, so therefore you have to give a little bit more emphasis to it. It's not like it's going to be an angry emphasis, though. It's going to be like a, I am disappointed. I can't believe that you really aren't respecting this particular idea.
Car said he made me do push-ups.
I did not make you do push-ups. That's right. You play the same bad opening twice. The same bad opening twice, 20 push-ups. Sounds like Keith Carr has some military experience there.
Said those T seem to me.
Physical fitness does help. So in any event, Master Chess Dojo is black. So in theory, I do have one more C5 in the mix. I have 8 C6s. I need one more E6 against E4. And let's see, G6s. Still need 2, according to the E5, so I'm still at 401. You gots. Overstepped the mark on the so H6, I need 2 H6s and 4 A6s. Yes, that's against E4. And against D4, why did I play so poorly? Let me count the ways. 146, E6 is 98, C6 is 123. I had erased it before and put in 183, which I had in the Knight C6. We can get those up. We're at 11. A6, we're at 6. B6, we're at 6. And get those up. Knight A6 and F6 I don't intend to repeat. No, in general, I'm going to prescribe a diet of study for you to do independently. And hopefully, if you can follow the diet of study and putting in the work, your strength will come. And you'll be 2200, because we're not aiming at 2000. If you want to reach 2000, we have to aim past 2000. You have to aim further, like through, like a karate punch. If you're trying to knock your way through a wall right here, you have to actually aim through the wall. And if you aim through the wall, then you easily break through that barrier or that goal line or that mark that you're actually aiming at. How many world champions have you studied, Mehtab?
Keith Carr.
No more foreplay.
Thanks for subscribing.
Wow, namaste.
DJ Chop Cube, DJ Chop Roo, DJ Chop Try.
Brought me to a nice even number of subscribers as well. Thank you so much. I'm at an all-time low on subscribers because I've been so...
champions.
Yes. Name one world champion, Mehtab. I know the one you should name, and then there's another one that you should name who beat that one that you should name. The one that you should name has more games.
Said
he's not a world champion. fact, I'm wondering if he has any games. So, this is probably your best value book, The World's Greatest Chess Games. It has lesson synopsis at the end of each game. If you do not own a copy of this book, then you are missing out. I noticed that James Canty, FM James Canty, not GM James Canty, FM James Canty has a copy of this book in its original format when it only had 100 games in it. And when it had 100 games in it, it was still one of the greatest books for the greatest value at that time. You can find any version of this book and it'll be very good for you. If you can find this in a secondhand store, or I appreciate the book itself. Now let's talk about the difference between having a PDF on your computer that you can print out. Yes, you could print it out from a PDF that you ripped off of the internet, or you could actually own the real book, and then you may carry the book, and this manifests your willingness and your prep to be able to do it at any time. Just basically reading, perusing. Anytime you go somewhere, you have to do a page or two of this book on average, just to make sure that you manifest what you're trying to do into the physical world. The digital world doesn't completely make sense, honestly. And in that book, The World's Greatest Chess Games, there are so many Anand games. The other book that I also like, if you are stronger and if you were willing, if you are ambitious,
Mehtab Nehal
is the
said
1000.
totally agree, PDFs are not readable. I read 10 pages and I'm done.
Yeah, I know. I can't stand the PDFs. I'm going to use this one for the moment. This is the book 1000 Best of the Best. And for example, the world champions in here, the world champion that I'm referring to is Anand. Now I know that he is an Indian world champion.
Said I read Bobby Fischer teaches chess.
Anand has 65 games. Yes, Bobby Fischer Teaches Chess is a very good book. That was actually written by Stuart Margulies. So if you have a copy of that book, I gave Stuart Margulies lessons well after the fact in using digital technology for chess so that he could try to convert that book into a digital format, into an interactive book. So in this book, Anand has 65 games, and it's almost worth it to go through each of the world champions' best of the best games. Another world champion that should be in here would be Botvinnik. And Botvinnik, of course, retired as world champion around the time the Chess Informant came out. If you're interested in more specific stuff going on, I highly recommend thematic books on aspects of the game, with complete games, by the way. Always studying complete games. Another one is, this one is on sale.
Mehtab Nehal said, oh yeah, Anand is good. A cheater beat him once, it was hilarious.
Anand is great, by the way. I would update him from Anand. So 65 games, but if I skip ahead in this, to Carlsen, Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen has a lovely book of games. I want to do actually an informant publication on one of these, on these world champions. So I have not yet. In fact, in this particular book, because Carlsen was very young when this came out, Carlsen only has 3 games. Amazingly enough, it's time for a reprint of this particular book. If they've not yet sold out of it, everyone should buy this book on sale at Chess Informant. Check the special pricing that is available at the end of that link that I just shared. Also, an extra hand subscribing on YouTube would be appreciated. You don't have to hit the bell. So let's see what Garry Kasparov has. Karpov has 99 games in this book.
Thanks for subscribing.
99 games in this book.
Mehtab Nehal
Kasparov has 123 in this book. Let's see, who else is left? Kramnik? Namaste. Thank you so much, Metharina. Namaste. We need to give her a shout out. I don't know that I have any mods on duty. How are you, Metharina? I saw that you were taking your chess seriously again recently. Not just playing, that is. You were to the way you were talking anyway. I know we all want to have fun. But I was watching your stream while I was working. So I don't necessarily say much when I watch a lot of streams, unfortunately, but I appreciate your presence. Do I have any books? Do I have any books? Every book in this room. The two, let's see, 2, 4, 6, well, let's just say 5. 5 shelves on each. This one may have 6. That one has 6. That one has 6. 6 shelves times 3 of chess books, plus the books that are on top of the bookshelves that do not fit in the bookshelves, some oversized books. But I am going to be taking my own chess seriously as I'm going to play in the World Open. Metharina, where are you from? I need to click on her to check her out. I vaguely remember where she's from. I don't stalk any streamers the way our chatters do, you know? Someone in our chat might be able to tell us where you are. Wait, what's going on here? She is streaming live at the moment. And I'm not following at the moment. And she streams chess.com, so therefore we have a little incompatibility problem. I prefer the simplicity of Lichess for the professional wanting to work. The database is much easier to reach.
Said hi, Master Chess Dojo.
Good morning, Paul. How are you? Welcome. We were just talking about the 1000 best of the best, which I think I have in my stream title.
Paulie said
This
I'm
happens to
okay.
be
Did John Wayne play chess?
John Wayne played chess all the time. In fact, he and Arnold Schwarzenegger are 2 of the greatest movie stars that played chess all the time. Humphrey Bogart actually played in tournaments, so if you consider him for that particular generation. So Humphrey Bogart, John Wayne, and Arnold Schwarzenegger are 3 actors that are prominently seen in photographs playing chess.
TFS said Metharina received a gifted sub. She is not here.
I see that. Nice. I have done that before for Zephyr. I'm trying to think of who else. Toth Kinsko? Maybe even Z Bean on their birthdays. Keith Carr subscription, yes. Thank you, Keith. She is from Romania. That's my guess, based on something that flew by in the chat. One of the chess countries on my list, along with Tunisia.
Keith Carr said she'll be here.
She'll be here? Oh, really? Namaste, Keith. But on average, I don't think that they should be allowed to raid nonchess.com streamers. It does not keep the action in-house. What is taking so long in this arena? This is the world's longest round. Did I get a full point buy? Oh no, I lost a very quick game to... I lost that quick game. That's what took so long. So we were talking to Mitab about the recipe for study in a general sense. So D5, we were at 72. No. We're not at 72 D5s. That was me as black. I wrote down the wrong number. Against D4. Oh, I take that back. Again, we flubbed it. Yes, we are at 72. Silly me. G6 is at 95 even. So we are done with G6 for a moment. Only for a moment. And against C4, I need a green post-it note for C4. By the way, I need a green post-it note for C4 in order to round out my 200. I'm 10 away from reaching it with C5, and then I'm not going to play C5 again for quite some time. 60% with black with both knight F6 and C5. Basically, if white plays the move C4, I believe you should punish them and never let them get a complete grip on the center with either C5 or E5. One of those two moves. I have not looked at the efficacy of playing D5 though. How does D5 hold up against C4? Poorly. Very, very poorly. However, D5 followed by knight F6 does look pretty good among the Masters database. Wow. This cannot possibly be true. This has to be my stats. What is wrong with the Elite Chess database to only have 9? Let's go back to the beginning. C4. Very few masters have played D5. C takes D5. Almost everybody plays D4, it seems like. And knight F6, so we can't play D5 against this.
TFS said we were talking about Leica streamers the other day. I forgot to mention Jerry Chess Network, over 100k followers and some 10-year subscribers.
That's correct. Jerry at Chess Network is one of the oldest streamers. He has never appeared so much, but he has a very distinctive voice. He is great. So we were talking about the top Lichess subscribers. I started off with Phoebe Witt. There used to be Lorcy and Rebecca Selkirk, and they were the Chiquitas. They were actually quite big. Fiona used to be much bigger. I have not seen her in some time. Yes, Jerry sounds like he never smoked indeed. I talked about La Fang Hua. Divina. Perhaps, but La Fang. Oh, Esserman, right? No, Esserman's a chess.com streamer, or is he a Elite Chess streamer? Hold on, we're going with knight c3 for the last time today. Even though I could get in some g4s and d3s if I needed to. I haven't actually checked my knight c3s. Hopefully Pat is here.
Paulie. Said thinker teacher is Lycus. TFS.
Yes.
Said Mark Esserman is Lycus.
He has a huge following. Bill Paschal. But there's no one greater than Eric Rosen. He was a chess.com streamer and he left the contract at whatever moment. I don't know what happened. Probably him having to get permission to stream outside of chess.com. It's like you've lived with your parents for most of your early years, and then suddenly you're told that you have to answer to your parents again. Only your parents are chess.com when you're a streamer. Hey, Patolfo actually has a plus score against me. What's up with that? When was the last time he played in one of our arenas? He is online. He does have one game going. It's possible he was called away.
Paulie. Said some streamers left Lycus for Chesscom. Chess coach Andrus didn't he have much choice because Chesscom owns Chessable and he is a Chessable author.
Yeah, but I mean, Eric Rosen is a Chessable author. I believe that chess coach Andrus may or may not have sold out for a promotion or another. I haven't talked to him yet. No, not only that, but even if we were to get him...
Said you should play more Bullet King of the Hill matches.
Bullet King of the Hill matches. These are bullet games? I don't know how it works. What? Oh, you have to get your king to this square? Is that what it is? Oh, that's a little ridiculous. King of the Hill. Fair enough. Teams. Let's head back to John Wayne's birthday.
Keith Carr. Said yep, same rules except if K gets to any of 4 center squares.
Interesting. So if you can play it like normal chess.
TFS. Said Rosen is one of my first streamers I followed, but he streams at 3 am for me, so not much watch time.
3 a.m., yeah.
Said what an opening 1-in-1 move.
Unfortunately, this does happen. I used to message them, but I don't message them anymore. So we have SS Alireza, Patolfo, Jose. We have 12 players still in the event, or 11 at this point, because Patolfo is going to be kicked out. Did anyone get a full point buy this round? No. Not that I can see. People just don't make it the distance in these tournaments, to tell you the truth. They really don't. Senora Yaps. First time these two have played. I don't know what to say.
Mehtab Nehal said, look, Ariel S game.
Ariel Zamora. I think we might have to play that move. Oh, this is the fastest, but still bishop f4.
Mehtab Nehal said, check the beginning.
All right. D4 is the reputation to H6, D6, F6, and G6. So white did play the correct move. And now, do we capture once, capture twice, take on F7 with check? Wow. Wow. Slow motion instant replay here. So takes, 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 takes.
Keith Carr said, I meant that I would love to see you either in the every 3 hours Koth matches or inviting us to your own awesome Koth Super Tourney.
King of the Hill Super Tourney. Yeah, I don't play many variants of chess. Unfortunately, I just don't play many variants of chess. Check. We're just down a piece. It's not that easy to come up with ideas when you're down a pizza. The world of simple exchanges.
Keith Carr said, Koth is nice because it doesn't fuck with your brain like 3 check.
Oh yeah. I kind of resemble that remark. No. That knight was your best placed piece. I guess you were worried about this? Yeah, our rook should still be on h5 with the same plan. Rook to e5. Why move our pieces backwards?
Keith Carr said more Natalie Merchant.
More Natalie Merchant indeed. No, I think because I've reached 500 subscribers on YouTube, I'm not allowed to use the Creative Commons license anymore. In fact, I'm slightly concerned as to what's going to happen to all of my old music with Creative Commons license Creative Commons license contributions. I'm very bummed about that.
Keith Carr said holy moly.
Yeah, I know. Holy moly indeed. Takes, knight d6,
you always
knight
had
takes
the
b7.
best tunes.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that a bummer? I'm a victim of my own success to a certain extent. It is really sad. He's going to play rook f2 or move a piece backwards rather than play king f3. He could play king f3 and actively push his king forward, but instead he's going to move pieces backwards to defend. God help us all. N7 ding OP.
Said N7 is me.
Is it? No, you have to move your pieces forward. You have to use everything. You're torturing me, Admittab. It's okay. You are very young. I can tell that you are young. And on rook h2, rook e5 check. Don't feel guilty about taking any advice that you hear on stream while you're playing the game, because we do have a backseating policy.
Said oh to be young again.
Yep. Exactly. Now you are looking like you have achieved a mastery. Because everything is working together. This is the 2200 level that you wish to achieve. I would have blocked with the rook again. Keep things simple. Try not to pin yourself. Although he's asking for it here. He is asking for it. An outside pass pawn like no other. So we need the rooks off the board. We should have had the rooks off the board long before now.
Keith Carr said Master Chess Dojo Metharina S streams will unite.
We're crossing the streams, Ray. We're crossing the streams. Well, I mean, I'm going to raid her in about 10 minutes.
GPT-40.
I believe that I am going to raid her in about 4 minutes. All right. Was there? There was not a stalemate. I'm not sure why we didn't promote our pawn. Mate in 1 is being threatened. Checkmate in 1, ladies and gentlemen. What? Black didn't give you the pleasure of playing knight to d5 with mate in 1?
Mehtab Nehal said how was bx f7?
Bishop takes f7 was very cool. That was very, very cool. Nice tactic. Did you have a feel for that one, or did you calculate to a certain extent, or was it prep?
Mehtab Nehal said sorry nx f7.
Well, yeah. Knight takes f7. Knight takes h8. I vaguely knew what you're talking about as well. We both had the same hallucination. When you took on f7, that was great. We didn't check the accuracy of it. Wow.
Mehtab Nehal said thanks, so this I knew whenever they don't challenge the center you play d4.
Yes. A lot of people played d3 or whatever their predefined move was. Knight c3, pawn to c3. People don't actually think about the differences in the position that early on, so you're on your way. Attacking the center, very important. Attacking the center to me is the key element of achieving the next level, being able to put your opponent on the spot, being able to put him to the test, being able to find out if he knows how to play. So let's see here. If I were looking at this, knight takes f7, bishop takes bishop takes e2.
Mehtab Nehal said you crushed me yesterday with Sisilan pushing b5 b4.
Who did? I did? b5 b4. I honestly don't remember.
Mehtab Nehal said you.
I have no investment in many of these games that I play myself, interestingly enough. That was the only second time we played. Oh yeah, the delayed Alapin.
Mehtab Nehal
Yes.
said check that Alapin game I tried trick. Keith Carr
You actually played
said chat
very
forum
well. I
says
think you
Master
were
Chess
better in
Dojo
that
hooks
game.
and was
Chess God guides our minds. You are funny, sir.
Keith Carr said that essay haiku.
Oh, you needed a Master Chess Dojo. Very nicely done. Oh, the command already exists? Wait a minute now. Oh, key in chess is KC. Oh, this wasn't an Alapin. This was not an Alapin. This was a Kopek system. The Kopek system is with C3. I don't know what this name is supposed to be here, but basically, after knight f6, h3 is supposed to be one of the best moves in this position.
Mehtab Nehal said, yeah, this.
No, when I was very, very young, I fell for that. And there's another way out. Here's a very unclear variation, right? So I believe it's bishop e2, knight f6, d4. And the idea is that, of course, you just play d5 and win a piece this way. And then I like the variation where I try to take on d4 and then play queen to a5 check. But this is no good for black either. Interestingly enough, even though it gets very sketchy, you'd think that black would be up a pawn, but it's just not worth the trouble. White is just so much better here. Don't have to take there and allow bishop to d2 and then...
Said, whoa, that's complex.
So I studied this on and off for many years, this particular line, and I thought about playing it against you, but I just don't like it. I like just playing like a normal dragon variation. And I think still here, this is probably the best move. It doesn't say anything about it. But I like h3. Oh, doesn't know anything about it. Bishop to b5. Everything is slightly better for black. But this has good percentages. Oh no, are we done? That was 9 rounds. And once again, I fall short of being at the apex. Let me check my calendar really quickly to make sure that I am on for this lesson.
Keith Carr said somebody is dismembering somebody.
Based on the song, huh? Yes, the lesson could be on.
Mehtab Nehal said tournament is running.
It is running. Oh, what happened to my tournament? Wait a minute. Oh, you're correct. Thank you for that heads up. Round 8 started. Oh no, did I get an accidental overage on knight c3? Oh man. Well, that was close. I suppose given that I only have 40 seconds left on my clock, I should actually be there. Ali Reza GM is in this area rather than in the game area. So should that one disappear, he's going back to the game. And he went back to the game. We saw it. All right. What's our record? 28 and 33. I should have played bishop to g5. This is a disaster. No matter what happens here, I want to tell everyone that I love them. Honestly.
Mehtab Nehal said, wait, you dying?
Indeed. Well, at least I made some moves. I did not get banned from my own tournament. If you don't make a move in a Swiss tournament, then you may experience technical difficulties. Can I go this way? Takes, check. I don't know, but we'll find out.
Now Erds said, sorry for the lack of words this stream, it seems I am trying to live up to my name.
No words. Ladies and gentlemen, the disembodied voice of no words. I have played this before.
Darkblade said, hey everyone, hope you're doing better than me today.
Believe it or not, I have played this variation before.
Now Erds. Said Darkblade 512, I hope you better than me considering I've been sick since Friday. Holly. Said Vlad Chess is another Leica streamer.
Can I go this way? No, I can't. C'est la vie. I feel like I was just climbing out of the woodwork there. Did I actually achieve it? I believe I did. Bishop g7. Knight d6 check was the move. And bishop g3. That is true. And then I get to save everything. Silly me.
Darkblade.
Check
Said
and
now
takes.
Erds 123, I just got in a conflict with the local board game
No way. Community. Oh no. No over the board chess. So I considered bishop to g3 first.
Now
But I
Erds.
was worried about this.
Said Darkblade 5.
Yeah, what did you do to get the local board game community after you?
Darkblade. Said now Erds 123, I respectfully expressed an opinion they didn't like, thus disrespectfully lost my membership.
Oh no. But if it's called a board game community, it doesn't sound like you wanted to be a member of that organization anyway. How clever is that move? That is a very, very clever move. And we get 2 pieces for the rook.
Darkblade. Said yeah, not really, I was
Only there to rally some chess fans, which wasn't working well either way. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I would definitely appeal. I enjoyed that game immensely.
Now
Uh-oh.
Erds. Said oh that sucks, but there are other communities.
Yeah, there definitely have to be other communities. So d4. What do I need? e6. Let's get a6 up to, let's get a6 up.
Darkblade said, I guess I'll visit the local chess club instead this summer because my university is devoid of chess fans.
Devoid of chess fans. So let's see what we got here. There's no e5. Is there? We've reached our creative position number 367. Well, he missed bishop takes c6. So let's see what else we get out of this deal. All right, now rook takes c7, or do I play rook takes e5? The d5 bishop is hanging. I feel like rook takes c7 was a mistake, but I like keeping the pressure on the bishop on d5. This doesn't make any sense, folks. It's now officially 2 pieces for a rook. And now it's a full rook. Huh. Alright, so we get another go of it. Wow. Facing mate in 1. Alright, A6, ladies and gentlemen. A6 on the board. And we got it in with black, no less. It's a lot easier to play A3 as white. A lot easier. So we're up to 7 now. Hold on here. Last chess dojo is black. Where is it? A6. Oh, I marked it up in the wrong spot. Almost. Oh, I already marked it up. So we're at 7. I think we're at 8. Not entirely positive. No, it's in. So we're definitely at 7. It would be terrible if I got him twice in the same way. Definitely have to save my scores here, so I'm 100% with A6 on the first move. Can you imagine that this is equal? This is hard to believe that it's equal, right? G6, and they should have played D6. I think I was crushed by D6 once. Followed by knight to D5. So we have to actually batten down the hatches on that one. That was very, very cruel. Alright, is it official now? Even though I did not improve my score, I lost to Ariel Zamora. If I had won my last 2 games in a row, I could have finished at 6 points and on the podium. But Renorata, it was not to be. C'est la vie, everyone. C'est la vie. So in 2 games this stream, I tried too hard. Definitely tried too hard in 2 games this stream. So note that even though I made all of those pawn moves, and I was getting crushed, I made this mistake and allowed bishop takes c6, knight takes c6, and queen takes c5. And I don't really know where I was going to go with my knight from there. He immediately played knight to d5 to dive into all these weak squares, which looks really good. Rook takes c7 was better. But, c'est la vie. Thank you, everyone. I do have a lesson starting in 15 minutes. This is the one that I needed to find out. Rook takes c7 was best, and I am a little better in this position. Bishop to a8 was needed. Wow. Bishop e4 was what I expected. And I couldn't tell what I was going to do there. Maybe I did have to secure against potential b4s undermining my knight. You have lunch starting soon. Stick around for the raid. As we are heading over to the ever so lovely Romanian streamer Metharina. I'm not sure if I like Dina's dark hair. She's dark enough without the dark hair, don't you think?
Now Erds. Said by Sensei.
Oh, so it was correct to play Queen G3, King E2, Rook E7, King D1, Queen D3. So it was correct to play Queen G3 check. I did look at that. Ciao, no words. Thank you so much, everyone. Please check out the amazing power of Chess Informant, especially the product pricing specials. Please subscribe on YouTube. You don't have to hit the bell for the notify. Please join our Discord for stream updates that are not always announced. Two dynamic books demonstrated there. Farhad, thank you for the new follow. Keith Carr, thank you for the subscription. And Metharina.
See you, Sensei.
And for Metharina's gift sub, Rilius is back. Thank you for the raid. Cheer you back, everyone. Cheers, everyone.